Greetings, everybody. It's Jim. I'm starting to see a familiar pattern with the guys at Metagaming. Okay, I know they had the fantasy trip, so they were really big into fantasy, of course, but they also delved really heavy into the land of science fiction. I mean, you got games like Warp War, Black Hole, Hotspot, and of course the list is going to go on from there. And of course, Steve Jackson also worked with Metagaming, and when he branched out on his own, he came out and produced games like Orbit War, Starfist, or Star Traders, which he got endorsed with Isaac Asimov of all people. So these people in Austin, Texas, definitely had something to do with science fiction heavily. I don't know if they had to do with the college courses they were taking. They were all like science geeks. I'm not sure, but I swear these people in Austin, Texas, I swear they're my spirit animal. But anyway, today I'm going to be showing you an unboxing mint version of another metagame called Olympica. So let's move the camera on over and get right to it. Alright everybody, here's Olympica, and before we begin, please like and subscribe. That way we can get the analytics going and everybody can see our videos and talk about the games that we know and love. So, here we go. Olympica, as I said before, on all these micro games, I don't really count the covers as whether it's mint or not, because there's just no way that that really is going to, you know, with years and stuff and people opening it up at the game stores and such just to check it out. So I don't count that. It's the innards that matter, and it looks like this is just fine. Let's pull that out there. Great. And we'll get on to that in a second. So the first thing, what is this about? Well, the Webbies want your mind. Olympica simulates the United Nations Mars raid to capture the web mine generator from a heavily defended area near Nix Olympica's massive caldera. The Webby revolutionaries are deep in their tunnel complexes surrounded by strong points and infantry. The raiders will use infantry, laser tanks, lifters, and the tunnel-busting bore drill. If they fail, man's future may fall into the telepathic religion machine, web mind of Mars. So obviously right now we're going to get more into science fiction because we are getting into telepathic powers. There's got to be something in here about telepathy, so we'll find out. Now as we open, we do realize that this is going to be, it's going to have the glossy innard paper, which I really like. And it is the game designs by Lynn Willis, and the art is by Paul Jacquet, I believe, edited by Keith Gross. So here we go. And we just look around here. There's a lot going on. We can see by the table of contents already. There's just a lot going on in this game. It's going to be a little bit deeper, I think, than the others. But then again, when you got battle and you got psychic abilities, I wonder how they're going to do that. Are they going to actually have psychic abilities, or are they just going to assume that their power is bigger? You know, they're just going to just drill it down and say, okay, their power is this overall because of their psychic powers. We'll see. They talk about the light infantry drops, United Nations drops, so I guess they're going to scatter, maybe a la Starship Troopers. And they talk about strong points here, talk about the bore that they were talking about, the web generator. Okay, they are going to do something about that. And I didn't see anything specifically about psionics as I was going through here. Probably the web generator is probably the only thing. So that would be close. So that's what the rule book is here, and it looks pretty basic. I got the some ads in here from Melee and Wizard. It's obviously, this is when it came out. Those are the pictures that they used a lot. This is I believe would that be still first edition? I wonder. We'll find out maybe more. Anyway, here's the counters for the game. I have another picture for you on the right hand side there, but here's a live version of it. Obviously, they've got the one tone but inverted for one side or the other, which is fine. Looks like pretty good solid units. So it's good printing. And of course, just like all metagames, they actually helped you cut these a little bit, but you take it the rest of the way, which is an interesting decision. I mean, why not if they can do it, I suppose. But there you go. And then so now we have the map, and that is going to be, of course, their special what's the word for it? Texture. These are textured paper, almost like parchment. And I know that they're doing this green because this is, orange because this is Mars. But it's interesting that all their maps for every game seems to be a different color. So that's interesting. So there's a little bit going on here. They got the combat results table here. So I'm wondering I'm wondering what this is going to be. This is really an interesting game. I mean, all the other games, I get what's going on right from the get-go. Here, I got an idea. But this seems like, again, this is going to be a busy game. And that's not bad. I like it. Now, this is interesting. We got a catalog here, a small mini catalog for metagaming. And now we can find out where they were with the fantasy trip at this time. Okay, so they got Melee, they had Wizard. Okay, they only had MicroQuest 1, the Death Test. They didn't have 2 at the time. So I'm kind of guessing they were probably still on the first printing of this. I'm kind of guessing, especially if they're using that picture. Okay, that picture's been in and out, but that picture with Wizard so is a little bit older. That's from a cover. And I think that's actually from the first edition. So yeah, and they got Ice War here, which we will go over. I gotta hear about Chitin 1. I hear so much about it, and I've a lot of these games, with the exception of maybe Ogre. Well, definitely Ogre. Definitely Ogre. You know, these games are. This game it goes up in costs a bit. And of course, with Ogre, it costs more if you find like the original. Now, all the other versions, because there's so many of them out there, maybe not as much as Chitin. Chitin, say in the comments below how I'm supposed to pronounce that. I'm just too lazy. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. That is Olympica. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.